I would like to walk you through this consent closeness matrix that I created. Over here on the right, you can see this is the axis. So I started with doing high control, low control, but I realized what we want to move from is something determined based on control, right? So we want to move away from high control, but we don't necessarily want to move to low control. We want to move to high consent. So I made that the focus of this axis is whether there's high consent and respect for what you want, your needs, what you're stating for yourself and knowing for yourself is what you need, versus low consent, not caring, dismissing what you think, feeling like that person knows what's best for you. So they're going to override anything you say or you think for yourself versus you know what's best for you. Then on this axis, I created like a warmth closeness up here versus a distance or respect for boundaries down here. So you can be anywhere along these axes, right, at any point, and you can be anywhere over here that you find yourself. All right. This kind of mirrors attachment. So this would be like enmeshed, maybe codependent if you're like way off of this and it's too much, right? And over here would be way too withdrawn or avoidant over here. So there is space within this for whatever feels comfortable to you. But that was kind of my thought behind these two spaces on this axis. So when we divide things up that way, we get, okay, I'm gonna start with authoritarianism, right? Which is what we see in so many of our problematic systems. This works on both a systemic level, as like small group, institutional, cultural, societal level, and on like a close family group level, as well as an internal, how you treat yourself kind of level. So it works like anywhere along that spectrum. When we think about systems in authoritarianism, we can think about systems that require obedience, that are based on domination, exploitation, and extraction, right? They can feel pretty harsh. They are focused on law and order, punish and shame in order to get things done. When you move from high distance to maybe more closeness or warmth, it can feel more positive, but if you're still over here, it's going to turn into paternalism, right? So it's still, I know what's best for you. Let me fix it for you. Poor baby. Oh, bless your heart. And it ends up feeling like, let me fix you. You were never completely acceptable to me as you are, right? You need to be more perfect. You need to be thinner. You need to be healthier. You need to be whiter. You need to be straight. Like any of those things that become something that you must live up to, or that you must aspire to, or change yourself into, right? Ends up being in this section. Someone else knows what's better for you. And paternalism, you can end up with helicopter parenting, right? This like, I want to support you. The intent is out of concern and care for you, but it is also laced with the parent's anxiety and distrust of your ability to take care of yourself. So there's not enough space for acceptance and autonomy. It can also feel like patronizing, which I was alluding to before with bless your heart, right? This can be on the systemic level of charity work that's done by white supremacy institutions that aren't actually listening to and empowering the people that they're trying to help, right? It can also feel like that on like an individual level, right? Like I'm intending to give you care and concern, but what it feels like is let me fix you, or you know, that sweetness laced with disapproval kind of thing. All right. I have been talking about these without stating. These are the approach to pain. If we move over here to higher consent, then we move to radical acceptance and radical autonomy. both of these things are important for healthy individuality and healthy relationships. You need to both be able to be accepted as your own person and have enough space and feel connected. So radical autonomy does not mean you feel disconnected. It means you have enough space to fully feel yourself and feel safe. Okay, so it can end up feeling that way in certain situations, but ideally it's just you have enough independence, freedom, and you're given personal responsibility to take care of yourself, right? Instead of someone else trying to fix it for you or enable you, it's on you, right? It's your responsibility, and you have the independence and the freedom to take care of that. If you move up to maybe more warmth or closeness around this, it can often feel like acceptance because there's this sense of like, we are connecting about this, right? There's this interdependence, cooperation, and connection here. And that's a little bit more of the focus. We need both of these things. And you can be anywhere on the spectrum that you need to be at any moment. You might have this general sense for yourself of like, maybe this is my sweet spot, right? Or this might be your sweet spot. It doesn't matter. And then at other times in your life, you may be saying, I need more of this, or I need more of this, right? And this gives you a sense of like where you can move on that scale and identifying your needs and what to ask for. And identifying any mismatch or differences between you and the person you're relating with that maybe like you're up here and your partner is down here, right? Or the system is up here and you're asking for this. So it helps you be able to determine where you're at, what you need, and then you can determine how to get it. The approaches to pain for this high consent side is compassion and curiosity and restorative justice. And down here, authenticity and curiosity are the focus, and natural consequences, right? So I want you to just kind of take a minute and see where you're at on this. Any thoughts? I would love to hear them. Please share this with anyone else as well that could benefit from it, and let me know what you think. All right, thanks so much for being here.